Hello everyone, I'm Big Joy on Earth. Let's talk about the art of worldly wisdom. This book has 300 sentences full of wisdom. Let's see the 124. Get yourself missed. Few reach such favor with the many. If with the wise, it is the height of happiness. When one has finished one's work, coldness is the general rule. But there are ways of earning this reward of goodwill. The sure way is to excel in your office and talents. Add to this agreeable manner, and you reach the point where you become necessary to your office, not your office to you. Some do honor to their post. With others, it is the other way. It is not a great gain if a poor successor makes the predecessor seem good, for this does not imply that the one is missed, but that the other is wished away. 125. Do not be a blacklist. It is a sign of having a tarnished name to concern oneself with the ill fame of others. Some wish to hide their own stains with those of others, or at least wash them away, or they seek consolation therein. It is the consolation of fools. They must have bad breath who formed source of scandal for the whole town. The more one grabs about in such matters, the more one befalls oneself. There are few without stain somewhere or other, but it is of little known people that the falling are little known. Be careful then to avoid being a registry register of faults. That is to be an abominable thing, a man that lives without a heart. 126. Folly consists not in committing folly, but in not hiding it when committed. You should keep your desires sealed up, still more your defects. All go wrong sometimes, but the wise try to hide the errors, but fools boast of them. Reputation depends more on what is hidden than on what is done. If a man does not live chastely, he must live cautiously. The errors of great men are like the eclipses of the greater lights. Even in friendship, it is well to expose one's falling failings to one's friend. Nay, one should conceal them from oneself if one can. But here one can help with that other great rule of life. Learn to forget. Grace in everything. It is the life of talents, the breath of speech, the soul of action, and the ornament of ornament. Perfections are the adornment of our nature, but this is the adornment of perfection itself. It shows itself even in the thoughts. It is most a gift of nature and owes least to education. It even triumphs over training. It is more than easy, approaches the free and easy, gets over embarrassment, and adds the finishing touch to perfection. Without it, beauty is lifeless, creatureliness. ungraceful. It surpasses valor, discretion, prudence, even majesty itself. It is a short way to accomplishment and an easy escape from embarrassment. 128. High-mindedness. This is one of the principal qualifications for a gentleman, for it spurs him on to all kinds of nobility. It improves the taste, ennobles the heart, elevates the mind, refines the feelings, and intensifies dignity. It raises him in whom it is found, and at times remedies the bad turns of fortune, which only raises by striking. It can find full scope in the will when it cannot be exercised in act. Magnanimity, generosity, and all heroic qualities recognize in it their souls. 129. Never complain. To complain always brings discredit. Better be a model of self-reliance opposite to the passion of others than an object of their compassion. For complaining opens the way for the hearer to what we are complaining of, and to disclose one insult forms an excuse for others. By complaining of past offenses, we give ocean for future ones, and in seeking aid or counsel, we only obtain indifference or contempt. It is much more politic to raise one man's favors, so that others may feel obligated to follow suit. To recount the favors we owe the absent is to demand similar ones from the present, and that we sell our credit with one to the other. The shrewd will therefore never publish to the world his failures or his defects, but only those marks of consideration which serve to keep friendship alive and enmity silent. 130. Do and be seen doing. Things do not pass for what they are, but for what they seem. To be of use and to know how to show yourself of use is to be twice as useful. What is not seen is as if it did not exist. Even the right does not receive proper consideration if it does not seem right. The observant are far fewer in number than those who are deceived by appearances. Deceit rules the roast, and things are judged by their jackets, and many things are other than they seem. A good exterior is the best recommendation of the inner perfection. 131. Nobility of feeling. There is a certain distinction of the soul, a high-mindedness prompting to gallant acts, that gives an air of grace to the whole character. It is not found often, for it presupposes great magnanimity. Its chief characteristic is to speak well of an enemy, and to act even better towards him. It shines brightest when a chance comes of revenge, not alone that it let the occasion pass, but it improves it by using a complete victory in order to display unexpected generosity. It is a fine stroke of policy. Now, the very acme of statecraft. It makes no pretends to victory, for it pretends to nothing, and while obtaining its deserts, it conceals its merits. 132. Revise your judgments. To appeal to an inner code of revelation makes things safe, especially when the course of action is not clear. You gain time either to confirm or improve your decision. It affords new grounds for strengthening or corroborating your judgment. And if it is a matter of giving, the gift is more valued from it being evidently well considered than for being promptly bestowed. Long expected is highest prized, and if you have to deny, you gain time to decide how and when to measure the number to know that it may be made palatable. Besides, after the first heat of desire is past, the repulsal of refusal is felt less nearly in cold blood. But especially when men press for a reply, it is best to defer it. For as often as not that it's only a feint to disarm attention. 133. Better mad with the rest of the world than wise alone. So, say politicians, if all are so, one is no worse off than the rest. Whereas solitary wisdom passes for folly. So important that is it to sail with the stream. The greatest wisdom often consists in ignorance or the pretense of it. One has to live with others, and others are mostly ignorant. To live entirely alone, one must be very like a god or quite like a wild beast. But I would turn the aphorism by saying, better be wise with many than a fool alone. There are some, too, who seek to be original by seeking chimeras. Chimeras. Thank you, everyone.